My daughter, Kuri, has DRPLA, a disease that causes atrophy of the brain. It is hereditary and progressive. There is no cure. Kuri is bedridden. My husband, Chiaki, passed away 5 years ago from this disease. I wrote OHANA Family in hopes of finding a cure. I pray that I can save my daughter. Chapter 2. The Saddest Thing. I had really given up. I thought, I can't do it anymore. I had done my best. That's enough. Let's just disappear together. So many things happened last night, and I thought about a lot of things. Why am I crying all the time? There are so many people battling illnesses. So why do I feel like I am the only one in pain? What is the most painful thing? Losing Chiaki's heart. Losing Kuri is also painful. It's also hard to see their bodies broken. It is also hard to see them suffering and not be able to do anything to help them. It's hard to not be able to afford the medical bills. It is hard to take care of both of them by myself. But what is really painful is the breakdown of their hearts and the breakdown of our family. No matter how painful the future would be, if we could have cooperated with each other as a family for a limited time, my tears would have been different. But the illness won't even let me do that. Yesterday, Kuri's epilepsy was different from usual. She stiffened her body and kept going, ba 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 ba, and the seizures did not stop. Eventually, the ba 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 became painful and her breathing became strange. I became scared and called 911. The ambulance came right away, but they didn't stop her seizures. Several paramedics arrived. Oxygen was placed in Kuri's mouth and she was placed on a cot. One of the paramedics said, "You take the ambulance," and Dad come follow behind the ambulance in his car for the ride home. I said, "My husband has the same disease and cannot drive the car," and called my friend Miki. Miki-san was already asleep, but said she would come running. Several members of the crew moved Kuri to a cart and tried to carry the bed to the car. But to get to the parking lot, we inevitably had to go down the stairs in our house. It was a struggle to get the bed down. Michael, our neighbor, came out to see us with concern. Tears were falling down my face as I called out, "Kuri, Kuri, Kuri," until we got to the ambulance. In the ambulance, Kuri recovered consciousness. Then panic set in. They put an IV in her and tried to take her blood pressures, but she squirmed and couldn't do it properly. Finally, we arrived at Kapiolani Hospital. It had been 4 years since we had been in the emergency room. Even though it was night time, many families were there. Kuri was crying and screaming, but the nurses held her down. They took her blood while they put an IV in her. Kuri was still crying and screaming. After a while, Miki and Chiaki arrived. We were happy that Kuri had recovered consciousness, but Chiaki was more nervous. He tripped over the wheelchair and almost fell over. Over and over again, he repeatedly said loudly, "You can go home!" And I nudged him to be quiet. He thinks he is normal, but he could not regulate his voice or his behavior. After hours of waiting, Dr. B, the doctor in charge, said, "I put anti-epileptic drugs in the IV, and she should be fine for the next 24 hours. I will send the result of the blood test to the family doctor. Please keep an eye on her and call 911 immediately if you find anything unusual." At 2:30 in the evening, we returned home in Miki's car. But then came the real hell. We got out of the car at the parking lot. Chiaki carried our bags, and I tried to walk with Kuri propped up. In truth, Chiaki was stronger than me, but he could not carry Kuri safely. He was pulling forcibly, and Kuri was scared, so I supported her. But Kuri could no longer walk properly. Chiaki dropped his luggage in pieces in front of the stairs. "What are you doing? You made me carry all this stuff," he said angrily as he picked it up. But Kuri wanted to go to the bathroom. She wanted to go into the house as soon as possible. But she was unsteady, her legs staggered, and she fell. I, who was supporting her, fell down with her. Kuri hurt her leg and started to cry. When I tried to wake up Kuri, who was crying, I felt a sharp pain in my back. Chiaki threw bags at me as hard as he could. "What are you doing? What are you doing, you idiot? A worthless person like you is useless no matter what you do," he ranted. Hearing this, Kuri began to cry even harder. Kuri ended up peeing in the middle of the street. Their voices echoed in the middle of the night. I know. Their DRPLA also brings about a personality change. Chiaki's passion and Kuri's unruly behavior are the result of the disease. The illness changes both of their mind. Kuri says, "I'm scared because Dad gets angry." And Chiaki insists, "I'm not angry." No, I think Kuri would have been angry even if you didn't get mad at her just for yelling. But Chiaki doesn't understand that part. The disease is destroying our family. Last night, I couldn't get rid of the pain in my back, and I kept thinking, I can't take it anymore. Even I sometimes get angry at Kuri for being sick. I don't know why. Why do we hurt each other? But I still try my best. Even if we don't have a future, I'm sure we'll keep trying.